Hello everyone, I'm Kennidi Monroe and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been on hiatus from YouTube for a couple years now. I've only posted a few little things here and there. I've let things take over my life, and a lot of crazy things have happened, and of course my YouTube channel is for a lot of people trying to get help in transitioning. I have been transgendered since I was 20. I am 31 now, going to be 32, so almost 12 years have I been transgendered. So I'm always about helping others, and I do that through a seminar that I teach at transgender conventions called Finding Your Inner Beauty. And this year it'll be my fourth year to teach it at Be All convention in Chicago, Illinois. Well, outside of Chicago in Downers Grove. If you want more information on Be All, you can register now. It's at the end of May. It's at be-all.org. So go check it out, and if you want, you can see my actual seminar in person. But if you can't come to a seminar, I'm going to start giving you tips here on my new web series called Finding Your Inner Beauty. And why a lot of people go, oh, well, how do you have the skills to teach or to tell people? Well, I think a lot of things come from experience, and in my 32 years of experience and my almost 12 years of being transgendered, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of self-discovery, and I've also been through things that a lot of you can relate to. And you don't have to be transgender to also be listening to this. This is also for transgender men and women. But the whole concept of this seminar that I started, and the whole reason that I'm doing this, is because I find that a lot of transgendered men and women, we want to rush through our transition because we feel better about ourselves. But in the meantime, we're rushing through this to get the surgeries, the boobs, the facial feminization, the hormones and all that, and we forget to find out who we are on the inside. And I was one of those who did the same thing. I rushed things. I did things that I shouldn't have, and today they've made me a better person. I have no regrets, but I would like to be able to help people in their journey and make sure that they're working on the inside as much as they're working on the outside. So here in the part 1 series, we're in just the introduction and talk about finding inner beauty. Okay, for part 1 of our little series, I'm going to go through with you a little bit about the overview of this this class, we'll call it, or the web series. And what I'd like from you is that if you have any questions, please feel free to email them to me at kennidimonroe@gmail.com. That's KENNIDIMONROE@gmail.com. Also, you can leave comments on these videos, and if you have questions, we'll talk about them in later episodes of this series. And don't forget, if you are in Chicago area or you want to come to a transgender convention and see me in person and learn more about this seminar, go to be-all.org for more information. What I find that as trans men and women, we want to go fast forward in our surgeries, and we want to go fast forward in our journey, but in the meantime we forget that we have to make the inside go along at the same pace. So sometimes our outside appearance is going like the jackrabbit, and the inside is going like the turtle in the race. So a lot of times we find that in the long run we become depressed, and we see that we're not fixing who we are on the inside. You have to remember, this is a drastic change that we're going through. A lot of us have spent many years in the wrong sex, and so we're accustomed to that lifestyle, and now we're changing it, and we're wanting everybody else on the outside to accept us who we are. And a lot of times they do accept us for who we are in the outside, but you don't see it. It's kind of like an anorexic person looks at themselves in the mirror. They see something totally different than what everybody else sees. And a lot of times I find that with trans people, they want to keep on perfecting who they are, but they forget to perfect the inside and find out who they are and who they're meant to be on this journey. And you know, we live in America, and I'm not saying everybody lives in America because these videos are shown everywhere, but usually my seminars are taught in America. And I find that America, everything's fast-paced. We rush to go to work. We do everything fast-forward, and we always forget about who we are on the inside. Sometimes we don't take care of ourselves. And what I've noticed in my transition and meeting people, that I've met people who went too fast in their journeys. We have the luxury of going overseas and having surgeries done for a lot cheaper, but as in America, you know, you have to go through 2 years of living as a full-time gender of the gender that you choose, and before you can undergo any kind of surgeries. But I think a lot of us tend to want to go fast forward, and we go to overseas where we don't have to have those papers, and sometimes we regret it. I've met a lot of post-ops that regretted what they've done because they've done it too fast, or they didn't take care of who they were on the inside. And that's the whole purpose of this series, is that you need to find out who you are on the inside before you can transition on the outside. For me, I always wanted to have breasts. That was the one thing that I wanted in my whole, because for me, being a woman is not about genitalia. It's about the breast, because when I was a kid, I grew up around women. All I saw was breasts. I never saw any vaginas or anything like that, so I never knew what a woman had below, but I knew she had breasts, and I've always wanted to have breasts. So in the beginning of my surgery, I went underground and had illegal operations of silicone injections in my breast. Thank God I'm not hurt or have any bad look like some girls do that have had the surgeries. I took the risk and I knew what I was doing. I don't regret what I did, and I don't suggest anybody going to do it, because you never know what they're going to put in you. But I did a lot of research, and I went through people that I've seen their work, and I feel comfortable with it. So I do like my appearance, but in the long toll, I don't know what it's going to do to my body years later, and also it's a risk of my health, and a lot of people don't look at it like that. So what I'm saying is that I went through the same thing. I went fast forward for a long time. I was in an abusive relationship. I let people do things to me that I never thought would ever happen, and I do in a way regret it, but in a way it's made me a stronger person. But see, I never loved who I was for a long time. Even after I thought being a woman, I would be happy. And I think that happens with a lot of us transgender people. We forget to find out who we are before we start this journey, or through this journey we don't find out who we are, and we always hate ourselves. No matter how beautiful we look, no matter how many surgeries we have, we always tend to be hating our own self. So in this series, I'm going to tell my stories, I'm going to help you through your stories, and we're going to make them better. So thank you for joining me here at Finding Inner Beauty. This is part 1 of everything, so keep coming back. I'm going to update this every 2 weeks, or however often I can, but I want to bring my web series to you more often. So thank you so much for listening, and next week we're going to talk about, or the next time I should say, not next week, we're going to talk about the steps. And step 1 is letting go of doubt, and we're going to discuss that. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at kennidymonroe@gmail.com, or leave comments on this video. And remember, if you want to come see me teach my seminar in person, it will be June 2nd at Chicago, Illinois, at Doubletree in Downers Grove. You can find out more information at b-all.org for more information. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to hear from you, and I hope I can help you in your journey. And please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Bye.